Hello and welcome into PB at Night. This is episode 18. We got a new format for tonight, kind of. I've talked a lot about the emphasis on PB at Night being, we'll talk about news, but when we have something else to talk about, if we can get somebody else on the show, that would be cool. And tonight we're going to be talking about The Social Network. I'm going to be reviewing the new movie that came out about Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg's rise to fame. And also, let me turn this music down. I don't think it's that loud, but I always have problems talking over it. But anyway, as you can see here, the Pentax KX just got done shooting a video. I got a new messenger bag that if you go over to my blog, nickjones.posterous.com, you can check out that. That should be up on YouTube in a couple hours. I think it's not a PB at Night episode, so it won't take like 5 minutes to publish. It'll be more like in half an hour, so you might, some of you guys, it's getting kind of late, especially on the East Coast, you might want to be watching it tomorrow. But anyway, youtube.com/pbcasttv is where you can find that. But anyway, Jacob is a really big movie fan, and I'd love to have him on here sometimes. I know that there's a couple shows that do movie reviews every Thursday night, so that'd be kind of cool for us to do movie reviews. But I haven't gotten into movies lately. This is like really one of the first movies I've actually bought and, been excited about. But anyway, maybe that would give me an excuse. It's kind of like Gadget Gurus kind of gives me an excuse, or not really Gadget Gurus, but I guess reviewing applications on YouTube for, iOS and other devices allows me to, or kind of makes me download applications, and that way I get to download some free applications, some applications I would probably never try out, just to show you guys. So anyway, it's kind of fun. But tonight we're going to, like I said, be reviewing The Social Network, the movie. Like I said, it's Mark Zuckerberg's rise to fame. Of course, it is a fictional movie. It doesn't have any, it's not a true story. It's based on a true story, but it's not, it's not an actual portrayal of what actually happened. So here's the website. It's a really cool movie. It's really based on, it's kind of an odd, well, let me just bring this up while I'm talking. It's an interesting film. It's not just simply, it's not just a narrative, or it's not just a documentary either. It's kind of both all in one, which it was gave it a very interesting twist. And as we get that weird music in the background, the lead role is played by Jesse Eisenberg. This is the theme or whatever. But anyway, it's kind of an odd film because it cuts in between scenes of the rise of Facebook and when he's getting sued by the guys that founded Facebook, or said they founded Facebook, and then also his best friend, who he announced to be the CFO when they first started, ends up suing him because they kind of replace him with the guy that's played by Justin Timberlake, Sean Parker, which would later, he's still the CFO to this day, I believe, of Facebook. It's a great movie, and especially if you're a geek, I would recommend that you either watch it on Netflix. I don't think it's out on Netflix yet, but it should be, and I think they add them every Tuesday, so it'll probably be out next week on Netflix. But it's crazy. It's a great movie, and I'm a sucker for these movies, One of my favorite movies is Pirates from Silicon Valley. It kind of gives you it's more of a documentary what Pirates of Silicon Valley is. It kind of shows the rise of Microsoft and Apple, because they were kind of rising up at the same time, right when the PC started getting real popular. So it's just crazy. I love movies like this, and one of my favorite scenes is when Mark Zuckerberg he's in a date. He's at a date with his girlfriend, which he would later dump or get dumped by that night. And he goes up and he starts blogging, and he's had a few too many, if you know what I mean. And it's kind of funny because let me turn this music off. But it's kind of funny because he goes on there and he just starts frantically writing code. And this is when he first birthed FaceMash, which was a thing that he hacked into the Harvard community Facebooks. That's what they actually called them. It was an Apache server that held all of the pictures of all the girls, or all of everyone, and then he sorted out the girls or whatever, and he would compare two of them, and then it would say pick who's hotter or whatever. He would end up getting in trouble for that. He didn't get kicked out of college for that, but he did get on like academic probation or something. And Jesse Eisenberg did a great portrayal of Mark Zuckerberg. A lot of people were saying, he might not be able to do it. Well, he was pretty good because he talks really fast, and he's really edgy, and he's really witty. It's a great movie. I might watch it again tonight because it's got a lot of, quick dialogue. Eisenberg, trying to portray Zuckerberg, because, Zuckerberg is a kind of paranoid guy sometimes, and he's kind of edgy, he's witty. He did a great job. Also, I wish it kind of showed more of current day Facebook. I know that's not really what the film was about. I'd love to see it. I don't think there's going to be a sequel to this, but I would love to see another movie maybe talk about how Facebook is now. It kind of brought us up to, I think, 2006 or 2005 when they hit 1 million users. Yeah, 1 million users. Sorry, it took me a second to think about that. But anyway, it's made by Sony. It's getting great reviews. I got the Blu-ray, and if you go to Walmart, if you're able to go to a Walmart, right now they have the Blu-ray for $20. It's got it's the collector's edition, which I don't really care about, but the Blu-ray was $20, which is great deal in my opinion, because Blu-rays are usually like $24 or $25 as opposed to $20 for a regular DVD. It doesn't come with the digital copy. They've kind of been doing that now. Sometimes it'll come with like an iPad or an iPod version. It didn't come with that. I was kind of bummed about that, but what can I expect for $20? It's won the best picture at the Los Angeles Film Critics, the New York Film Critics, and the National Board of Review. It's a great movie. I would say it's one of the more interesting movies of 2010. Of course, it actually came out late last year, and then they released the DVD this year on Tuesday of this week. Overall, it's a great movie. Like I said, I'm just kind of a sucker for these things because I live on Facebook I'm not near as active on Facebook as I am on Twitter, but I'm still on Facebook occasionally, and it's just kind of fun to see a company start off with a complete nerd. I mean, the guy's just a total geek, Mark Zuckerberg, which a lot of people say maybe he shouldn't be the CEO and doing all the press things for Facebook and things, but he hadn't given it up, and he's got 500 million people now. It's just great because this is actually a quote that Mark Zuckerberg used. He was wanting to get into the clubs because he wanted to gain a reputation, because he said, the clubs are everything at Harvard, which could be the case. And you have to do something big. He wasn't rich. He was extremely smart, but of course that doesn't give you into like a frat house or anything by far. So he wanted to do something to get the attention of the clubs. And Facebook, or the Facebook as he first called it, he wanted to make the whole social aspect of being in college or university online, which is what he sought to do on Facebook. And the thing it was all focused around exclusivity. So you had to have a harvard.edu email address, which in the U.S. that's one of the most creditable email addresses, because it's one of the best universities in the whole nation, much less even the world. Maybe you got Oxford and some other places, but it's still it's the best college for academics anyway in the United States. And it's just crazy because he had set out, he was a complete geek. He didn't want to monetize it first. He was like, dude, this is just my thing. It's just it's just something that I just wanted to make people happy. I just wanted to get the attention of the clubs. And then he meets up with the founder of Napster. Like I said, I showed him. He's played by Justin Timberlake. And the first thing that he tells him is they have like a 2-hour meeting. And then all he really gets out of it is tells him not to call it the Facebook, just to call it Facebook. So that's where Facebook.com actually came from. And I think the Facebook actually goes to it. It still goes to Facebook.com. But anyway, it's really cool. It's actually it's just amazing to watch the rise of what everything he does, and how they're sitting in the dorm room thinking of new ideas, and he's in class one day, and actually it's an OS class or something, but he runs out of the room and answers the question. It's this extremely complex question about like processors or something. I don't know. It was something like that. And he runs out of the room and says the answer, and then the teacher's like, well, that was correct, Mark, and he's already gone or something. And then he's like, does anyone know how he got that? And everybody's just shaking their head. I thought that was kind of an interesting point. Like I said, I might rewatch it tonight. Actually, I probably will, because there's probably nothing good on TV. Because I was kind of tired last night. I watched it like really late. Kind of stayed up kind of late watching it so I could get the review in, because this is our last episode of the week. I think if I watch it again, I'll appreciate it more, because I was kind of like, wow, is the movie over? Nothing's really happened, even though, you know, they had built a multi-million-dollar company already. But anyway, it was a great story. Pardon me here. I think I'm getting a cold, but I'm not quite sure. But anyway, it was a great story. It was fun. Yeah, Carlo, I would definitely recommend you get the DVD. It could be in, I guess it could be on iTunes now. I don't know how they do the UK iTunes, but I would definitely recommend getting it, because it's something that I'm going to have to watch again. And I don't have Netflix. That's one of the reasons I probably won't be able to do near as many video or movie reviews, is because I don't have Netflix. I've just never had the reason to have Netflix. But if we start doing this, Netflix is only like $6 or $7 a month for streaming or whatever. I might pick that up with a Roku box or something, because the Rokus are like $69.99 or $59.99 or something now. So that'd be pretty inexpensive. $7 a month, that's not bad at all. But anyway, it's a great movie. I would encourage all of you guys to watch it. The Social Network movie.com. I can't believe I couldn't get the Social Network movie or whatever. Maybe it is, I don't know. Yeah, actually they do have it. So never mind. It just links to that. But anyway, it's a great movie, and especially if you're into technology, which I assume a lot of you guys are, because we're kind of a technology-focused podcast network. But anyway, it's a great movie, and I hope you guys enjoy it, especially since I recommended it. But anyway, it's a great movie. I loved it, and it's actually become one of my favorite movies. It's got some great dialogue scenes, and it's just kind of funny to watch Mark Zuckerberg. So anyway, great movie, and thanks for watching PB at Night. Wrapping up another week here. We'll be back live on Monday for another episode of PB at Night, and then we'll also be here for Saturday's edition of Tech Weekly, our first one in a really long time. I think almost over a month. We'll be covering some of the latest technology news on Saturday, probably about 10 o'clock Central Time in the morning. And then also on Monday, we'll do Gadget Gurus around 5:30 or 6 Central Time. And then also we'll do PB at Night after that show. So thank you guys for watching. And if you're on YouTube, make sure to check us out, pbcasttv.com, youtube.com/pbcasttv. Please subscribe. We love your subscriptions. That's the easiest, quickest, fastest way to get our videos. Also, you can check us out, twitter.com/pbcasttv. And if you have any desire to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/thatnickjones. Just spell it out. It's really easy to spell. So until next time, guys, I'm Nick Jones. Man, my throat is just killing me. But anyway, peace, as Jay would say.